everyone. This is your host, Irsa Khalid, and I welcome you all to a brand new series presented by Diplo TV called A Conversation with a Diplomat. In this show, we are stepping away from politics. Yes, you have heard it right. Instead, we will focus on the personal journey of the people behind diplomacy. Dear fellows, I must tell you, diplomacy does not just involve treaties, handshakes, or high level meetings. Mainly, it is about people to people connection. It is about resilience, judgment, integrity, and the lifelong commitment to representing one's country with dignity and vision. Our aim is simple yet powerful to highlight the stories, the struggles, the turning points of diplomats, and the lessons that young people everywhere can learn from those who serve at the highest levels of international representation. So let's move forward with it. First of all, I'll introduce you to our distinguished guest. We begin this journey with a leader whose career reflects dedication and service. Today, we are honored to welcome His Excellency Dr. Zafar Iqbal, Ambassador of Pakistan to Kuwait. Greetings to you, His Excellency.
First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. As you told, this is the first interview of the series you have been working on, and that's actually an honor. And through you, I would also say salam, good morning, and good evening whenever somebody is watching. So I am excited to start our conversation.
Viewers, Dr. Zafar Iqbal is currently serving as an ambassador of Pakistan to Kuwait. He carries the responsibility of strengthening bilateral relations, fostering cooperation, and serving the Pakistani community abroad, all while embodying the values and vision of his nation. But, Your Excellency, the good news is we'll not engage you in any political debate today. These 30 minutes will all be
Thank you very much. That's a good place to start. I think what drives me as a person presumes that maybe I am some kind of a special, extraordinary person, but I can tell you that I am an ordinary human being like anybody else. Uh, mm, yes, I value routine, reading, and time with friends and family. But when you represent your country, actually, you are never off duty. So
right.
because it's a position which is representational, basically. If you look at the history, the representational part of diplomacy is consistent. The other sides might have changed. Now there is more focus on economics and investment and trade, but the core function of any diplomat remains representational. So even after office hours, you continue to represent your country when you are abroad. So what drives me as a person is the sense of responsibility, you can say, which has been placed on our shoulders. And to represent a country, it's a big honor. And with this big honor comes a big responsibility also. So the question of motivation, I think in the modern sense, motivation comes before you take action. But I believe that when there is a responsibility, you don't think about motivation. You have to do what you have to do. Maybe you don't feel motivated to get out of the bed, but
Right.
I think you have to get out of it. So without thinking that what motivates us, I think our younger generation also needs to learn that motivation comes from action. Actually, when you start taking action, it's a cycle. Then you get a loop of the feedback, and that drives you forward. So wherever I have been, I have tried to do whatever little we can do to improve the relations with that country. When I am in the ministry, to try and improve whatever little improvement we can bring in the system to bring in some merit, so to strengthen the system. So this is my point of view. Maybe the younger generation needs to learn that focusing too much on motivation, that there should be motivation first, I think that might not work for many people.
Right.
You have to focus and you have to decide what you want to do, and then you have to get into action. This motivation thing, I think, is the something which we, when we were kids in school, we actually did not heard much of it. Neither we heard much of the stress thing, the other
Right.
word.
So,
Uh,
His Excellency, my next question is, we all have that one moment where our future path suddenly becomes clear. Like, when did you first realize that your life's work would be representing your country? And what was it about this nomadic lifestyle that called to you?
as far as the future or career is concerned, I think uh, there is no single turning dramatic point. What we can say that that was the moment when I thought diplomacy would be my career. I was actually in medical university, King Edward Medical College, and when we got there, we every year we used to hear about our seniors. Some of them would appear in the CSS examination. And then when result would come, uh, they would be selected in the Pakistan Administrative Service. At that time, it was called the District Management Group, or police, or other services. Uh, so slowly we got this idea, uh, our group of friends. And but it was a pattern of examination that whenever CSS was being held, uh, our professional examination was also around. Although I completed my BSc in 1992, and the purpose was to appear in the CSS examination. Due to this aspect that whenever CSS would be held, our professional examination was also being held. So there was a choice that I should leave a professional exam and appear in the CSS. And I decided that first I complete my professional degree. I think it was a good decision in the hindsight, because it added a lot to our training also, and resilience also as a doctor. After I finished my medical degree in 1995, then in 1996, we also completed our house job. And we decided to take this examination, and we decided that we take only one chance, because CSS is a kind of examination which takes maybe a year for preparation, and then for a year for conduct of the examination, including
Right.
the written. Now they have also, I think, preliminary. At that time it was written, and then result would come. So it was a long process, and if you go for three attempts, generally it involves a time period of around 4 to 5 years. So I decided to take only one chance, and if it does not go right, then I would go back to
Medical.
medical career. Luckily, it worked. Uh, I was 13th in Pakistan, and foreign service was my first choice. Uh, so that's how it happened actually.
Did you choose foreign service out of all the groups, and what was your vision behind it, or what attracted you
At that
towards this
time,
particular group?
of course, I mean, sitting outside, you see that diplomacy is kind of a glamorous world or something like this. But at that time, I think my idea was that in the services, I think this was one service which gives you opportunity to, of course, it depends upon your own absorption intent and capacity uh, and desire to grow. It gives you an opportunity to travel, to visit different countries, to meet different people from different cultures. And the other thing was that although it does not make you rich, I think it takes good care of the financial aspect. I mean, the this was also one consideration which prompted me, and also my friends also. I mean, we from the same medical batch. We are three in the foreign service.
Sure. Now my next question is, oh, like being a diplomat isn't an overnight achievement, as you have mentioned, that it is a long, often grueling road of exams, postings, and sacrifices, if I would say. Looking back at your own path, what was a significant challenge that truly tested your resolve as a young diplomat?
When we are young, we uh, early in our careers, we want to progress quickly. This is natural, and the younger lot, they
Right.
want to get everything quick. Because when we come to the when we are actually preparing for the examination, and this is not only for diplomacy, it is for every service, you can say that we think that when we will go in, we will change the things.
Yes.
But in most cases, we become ourselves, we become changed. We want to be noticed, for example, early in our career. But over
So
time,
what happened in your case? Did you have to change yourself, or did you actually brought
and
change?
this is a challenge. I tell my juniors also that the biggest challenge in service, any service, including diplomatic service, uh, is to not let the people around you, to not let them change you in a negative way. Be mentally aware because life does not treat you good. Life does not makes you happy. It's you who has to take care of yourself. If you look around, you would see that the only person who cares about you has to be you yourself,
Yourself.
because everybody else around, including we are going towards a bit of philosophy, but everybody else around wants something out of you, especially in our uh, countries like ours, where systems are not strong, and people look towards you to get even what is their basic right, maybe a mundane thing. You have to learn patience. You have to learn consistency, because diplomacy, I believe, it rewards consistency more than urgency. Each posting teaches you something. Each place inside the country or abroad, whenever you are in headquarters, also about people, about institutions, about yourselves. So there were sacrifices, certainly. For example, in foreign service, you have to be away. First time when you go abroad, generally you are for 3 years, and subsequently every stint abroad is generally for 6 years at
Okay.
two places, and then you come back to serve at headquarters. So I think there were sacrifices, like moments away from parents. Yes,
Absolutely. Yes.
you miss
Your
many
loved ones.
family moments, some
Yeah.
siblings. Yes, family, of course, is with you, but the immediate family. But you most of the time now it's a bit easier if we see when I was, for
You
example,
do.
my
Yeah.
first posting. Now we remain in touch more, but still sometime you miss the things. Sometime you are at places, for example, where you don't have direct flights, and some emergency
Right.
happens, so you are unable to reach in time. So these are kind of sacrifices one has to make. Social cost, of course, we pay social cost. We remain away from the country. That has a positive aspect also. When you are outside the country, you see your own country more clearly. Of things, you cannot say that uh, there are all sacrifices. It's also a big opportunity. And that is, I believe, that is in every sphere of life.
Yeah.
There is
Exactly.
opportunity cost for everything.
And does all these sacrifices worth it?
Like if you ask someone that if you get back to the time when you came into this thing, what would you do? And that question determines how you see it. So
Yes.
if I go back in time and I have to opt a service, I would definitely choose foreign service.
Means it is worth it.
Yes. And if I have to choose a profession, maybe I choose education.
Uh, Rightly said. Now, this next question clearly relates with this idea that there are so many students watching you who aspire to sit where you are sitting one day, including me. Beyond the academic degrees, what is the most important real world advice you would give to someone wanting to follow your legacy?
I think this service demands a kind of attitude uh, that you have to understand that you will have to travel. You can call it nomadic, but on the positive side, you can call it that the moment you start getting bored from one place, be with new people, even at headquarters, you will have opportunity to meet your colleagues. You will be with family, friends, whatever. So you can see it positively in this way also. In some cases, because in our system, in this CSS system, sometimes a lot of people end up in this service, although they did not opt it as a first choice. So they came for administrative service or police service, and they became diplomats. A diplomat is not an officer in the sense a DPO will be or a deputy commissioner will be. A diplomat is a different type of, you can say, bureaucrat, where authority, even I think, even our leadership does not hold authority on conduct of foreign policy because it's not decided by one actor.
Individual, right?
Yes. There are government actors, and then there are non-government actors. A lot of actors influence the process. So we are trying to steer it in a certain direction, all of us. So it's kind of this service uh, which our younger generation needs to understand
Right.
that when coming for this, they have to be patient. This service unfolds over decades. Sometimes they say that while in other services, uh, you have a good kind of, start in the initial grades, 17, 18, and 19, like you are assistant commissioner, assistant
Right.
superintendent of police. Similarly, you are commissioner and deputy commissioner and all DPOs, and you have a lot of authority in the beginning, and then you um, land in secretariat in leadership positions, and that is not so glamorous in the secretariat. In case of diplomacy, you have to be patient. It unfolds over time, and generally the later part of the
It is
service.
the other way around, basically.
Yes, yes. Sometimes
Yeah.
people look at it like this. So patience is the key, I would say. Also, taking care of one's uh, mental health, because you have to pass through stresses of movement. You make friends at one place, you move on, then you make, and this happens. And then children also have this problem, you can
They
say.
have to adjust themselves
Yes,
according
yes,
to
yes.
different situations with different,
So
yeah.
it is maybe glamorous from the outside that we fly the flag, and this is a big honor, believe me. Yes.
As you have already achieved so much on the global stage, but I believe leaders never truly stop growing. What are the personal or professional ambitions you are still looking to conquer in the chapters ahead?
About leadership, I would also like to say to our younger aspirants that the bureaucratic leadership is not absolute leadership. Uh, the leadership, it's a leadership which is kind of bound by rules. Uh, and you lead your team for delivering the tasks which are already defined in most cases. So when you choose bureaucracy, actually but I say always that you choose to perform routine. You do daily the same kind of work, but you have to believe that this kind of work makes a lot of difference in the life of citizens. Sometime I have seen it in my colleagues when I interact with them during our trainings. They actually think that they have to do something big, uh, and to do something big, then they blame the system, that the system does not allow them to do something big. I always say that when you choose bureaucracy, actually you you already forfeited greatness, like you cannot be Alexander the Great by becoming an officer in, civil bureaucracy.
Okay.
So you have to understand this context, that what you are choosing a service. This is important to understand the word service. Civil service, you have to make difference in the life of citizens.
Right.
And for this, we already have institutional framework. We have rules. We have rules for everything. What I
Very
see.
well managed and well
Yes,
constructed rules.
yes. Even we have rules for how to treat animals. Problem is that we have stopped doing routine because we think that routine things are, below my kind of, leadership
Work.
level.
Yeah.
And for doing big things, these are beyond our capacity. So in the end, we end up doing not much. And this I can say from my personal experience.
To become the part of the process, this is what you want to say.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
From my personal experience, I can say that if you start doing the routine work, which is defined routine work, the system starts improving immediately.
And this will
Whatever,
make a difference eventually.
yes, you will start seeing results, I mean, within days and weeks.
Of course.
If you start implementing the rules and
If you
you
just
do.
follow the SOPs.
Yes, yes. I have
Okay.
seen it in every posting of mine uh, at headquarters and abroad. That, for example, abroad we have a role which I said that representational. If the ambassador goes around, he is seen, the country's flag is seen. If he meets people, of course, he will not be signing in every meeting big contracts or bringing containers of
Right.
exports in Pakistan. But this will create awareness. One thing which is very important in uh, this period, when the post WTO, the world has changed. Now it's an open competition. So the awareness you spread is part of your marketing efforts. The
Okay.
other thing, the second important thing in today's diplomatic world, what I believe is facilitation. When someone when someone approaches you, they get a response, because when someone is trying to find something, they touch maybe many points. They touch Pakistani embassy, they touch maybe some other embassy also. And whoever gives a response early, they kind of get hooked on that.
We'll
And
get the
you,
space.
yes, and you handhold them, and you can initiate a kind of interaction between Pakistan side and them. Then they find their own ways. So,
Okay.
but I believe these days it's not like in old days diplomacy was more. For example, I befriend some minister in the cabinet, and then this minister will influence the decision to buy, for
Of
example,
course.
rice from Pakistan, or import sugar or something like this. Now it's open market economy. Post WTO, there is a competition. So you have to provide
Show
this
up.
kind of awareness and facilitation. Facilitation not only outside when we are sitting here, facilitation inside the country also. So that makes the difference. So the diplomatic world has changed. So our younger colleagues also have to understand this, that this is not a kind of officership. If they are coming for status, this will
Okay.
unfold over time. It will. And I think I have seen that this service rewards you in many ways. Of course, as I said, everything has opportunity cost. So they have to decide what they want. If they are in this service, or if they landed in this service and they have decided to stay, they have to change their mindset, and they have to come to the ground, be grounded, and start doing the routine work. As far as practical advice regarding mm, exam, I think the most difficult thing which is uh, faced by aspirants who appear in exam is to maintain the consistency during preparation. And this is, you face doubts repeatedly, because you face the question of what if repeatedly. I would like to say that even if you don't clear this exam, the rigorous process which you pass through during preparation prepares you well for the life.
Very well said, right. I
You
totally
you
agree with it.
you read a lot, you know
Get
a lot of
disciplined
things. Yes, yes. And this helps you get somewhere. I mean,
in
if
life.
not in this
True.
service or that service, I mean, this is not the end of the world. Yeah, I see many people who are inside, they're not happy. So
Of
happiness
course.
is not dependent upon any kind of service or special career, you know.
We also see and hear about the CSS officers doing suicides because of the pressure they are facing and all
Yeah.
of it. So it's a big thing. In the end, what
Mm.
message would you like to give to our viewers and for Diplo TV?
The Diplo TV, of course, I wish the best.
Thank you.
I hope you grow more, and I think this is very good initiative you have taken. Our people, especially younger generation, they need mentoring, they need information, because although younger lot thinks that everything can be learned now from ChatGPT, so there is no alternate to experience.
Experience.
You learn something from a person who has passed through different. For younger generation, life while they're entering it is like they're standing in front of a jungle, you can say. So if you have a person who has been through this part and you and knows that on the other side how you can reach.
Of
Of
course.
course, the younger generation, the younger people, they will also find their way. Even without help, they will find their way. And this is how life is built. But it makes things
Much
easy.
easier.
The
Yes.
context matters. If you know that the this is the path, this is the shorter one, and this is the longer one. The shorter one maybe gets you there, but you will not be strong enough. So all these things comes from mentoring. These are my thoughts. Of course, maybe many people don't agree with it.
Oh, we totally agree with it. And it was an insightful conversation, very candid. And I felt very, informed after talking to you. And there were, of course, the new things which we didn't know. And of course, our audience didn't know. So thank you, His Excellency, for joining us and for taking out your precious time for us and shared your wonderful experiences with us and your thoughts and your advices, life advices, you would say, and your experiences. Thank you so much.
Anytime you or any of your viewers, they
Sure.
want to reach out to me through social media, I have
Sure, we would love to reach out to
message
you.
or
We
whatever.
can do other things as well in collaboration with you so that the people actually get benefited from your experience. And thank you so much.